Hello everyone, I'm Amod and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, we will learn to upload single file, multiple files or a directory using Playwright and TypeScript. So let's understand the scenario. Here we have a real-time website where we have a control called upload files. If you click on this, it will open the window or file directory from where you can select any file. Let me select the first image, click on open, and now you can see file is uploading and it is navigating to some page where you can get the shareable link of the uploaded file, and that link you can share with anyone so that they can download that file. So this application allows you to upload single file or multiple files, or you can even upload a folder as well. That means whatever files are present in a folder, all files will be uploaded using this link. So now, how can we automate this functionality using a web automation tool called Playwright? So first of all, let's inspect this upload files control. Right click on this element and select inspect. So here you can see this upload files is created using an input tag with type equal to file, and we have the multiple attribute as well. That means basically this is an input type where type is file and it can allow multiple files to be uploaded. So if you have worked on Selenium WebDriver, then you must have handled file upload. So basic concept was, if you find input tag with type equal to file, then we use send keys method. In the send keys method, we need to pass the file path and file will be uploaded. The same concept we need to follow in Playwright as well, but instead of fill method, we have a dedicated method called setInputFiles. If you try to use fill method like Selenium WebDriver send keys, it will not work. It will throw error. Let's read about this method. So it says this uploads file or multiple files into input type equal to file. If you don't have input type equal to file, then this method will not work. Further, it says for inputs with the WebKit directory attribute, only a single directory path is supported. What does it mean? So if you go to this file IO and this time inspect this uploaded folder, and here you can see it has been created using input tag, and here also we have type equal to file, but here we have one attribute WebKit directory, and Playwright says if we have input with this WebKit directory attribute, then only a single directory path is supported. That means we can only upload one directory at a time. So here you can see we can upload multiple files, but here we can upload only one directory. Now the usage is very simple. On the element, you need to call this setInputFiles method, and if you have single file, just pass the path. I will explain this path.join in some time. But to upload one file, pass the file path. If you want to upload multiple files, then use an array and pass all the files path. Similarly, if you want to upload a directory, you just need to pass the directory path. If you want to remove all the selected files, means whatever you have uploaded, and if you want to remove, then you can send the empty array. So all the files will be removed. Or if you want to change the uploaded files, then you need to resend file paths. For example, suppose first time you have uploaded file 1 and file 2. Now you want to delete file 1. Then you need to pass file 2 again in the path. So basically it will clear all the uploaded files first and then it will re-upload. And about this buffer memory, I will explain this in another video. So if you see arguments, it takes file where you can pass single file as a string, or we can pass an array of string. Then we can pass some options like no wait after, which is deprecated, so leave it. And then you can pass timeout as well. Further, it says it sets the value of the file input to these file paths or files. If some of the file paths are relative path, then they are resolved relative to the current working directory. This is very important statement. I will explain this in some time. And further it says for empty array clears the selected files. Then This method expects locator to point to an input element. That means whatever locator we are providing, that should be an input type. However, if the element is inside the label, element that has an associated control targets the control instead. You could have seen this here. When we inspect these upload files, you can see label is being highlighted, but the control is input here. So Playwright will work if you pass the locator for label instead of input. Or you can pass directly input or you can pass this label also. So the same thing Playwright is saying, if the element is inside the label element that has an associated control, targets the control instead. Label has associated control which is input. So Playwright will target the control, not the label. I hope it's clear. Now let's see the example. So within the project, I have created one directory test data and here I have two images or files. Now I will upload these files to the website. So here I have created the basic test where I'm launching file.io website. So first let's inspect this upload files and here we have ID. So let's use ID. You can use gateway role locator as well. So await page.locator, pass the ID value with the hash, and here we have method set input files. So let me get the full path of my file. So you can right click on this image and select copy path, and within the set input files method, within quotes, you can paste the path. Now you can see it is giving some error. If you mouse over, it says syntax error and it says the only valid numeric escape in strict mode is /0. So since I copied the path, it is using this backslash, and here backslash is escape sequence. So either we need to escape it using two backslashes or we need to use forward slash. Anything is fine. So let me change to forward slash here. Now no errors. Let me run this program and see if it uploads file or not. So you can see file is being uploaded and here you can see the uploaded image as well. So basically this method works perfectly fine. Now if you want to upload multiple files, for that let me copy the full path of the another image, and here we need to use an array. So use comma and pass another file path. But the same problem, we need to escape it. So this time use two backslashes. Here we are missing closing square bracket. Now no error. Let's run it. So you can see both the files are being uploaded now. So basically you can see we are able to upload single file and multiple files using this set input files method. Now, the way we are providing the path, it's not good. First of all, this is my local working directory. If you're sharing this code with someone else, they will not able to run it. Although you have files within your project. And also, another problem is this escape characters. And you must be aware, based on operating system, file path might differ. So we have solutions to those problems. But before that, let's try to test one statement of Playwright, which says if some of the file paths are relative paths, then they are resolved relative to the current working directory. So I'm going to duplicate this line, and instead of copying the full path, this time I'm going to copy relative path and let me paste here. And let me pass only one file this time. So here it is not showing any error, but here if you see carefully, it is in different color. So we need to change to forward slash, or I need to add one more slash. Now this is fine. So this time I am not passing the full path. I am just passing the relative path. Let's see if it is uploading the file or not. So click on run and you can see file is being uploaded. So you don't need to pass the absolute path always. Playwright will automatically get the current working directory and then it will append this path to find the file. Just to prove my point, I'm going to just misspell the name and rerun the program. So you can see nothing is being uploaded, and if you go to console, you can see an error which says no such file or directory. You can see this is my current working directory. Then it appended test data, which is this one, and then this is the file name, which is obviously not available. So it is giving error. Now, how to handle those backslash and forward slash problem? So for that, we have a module called path. So let me import that path. So you need to import. You can see session is already coming. So just enter. And on the top, you can see path has been imported. Now we have one method called resolve and pass the file path. So when I copied the relative path or absolute path, it was backslash. And with this method also we see the different color, and if you run it, it will give no file found. So with this method, instead of using file separator explicitly, which will change based on your operating system, we can get rid of this and separate it. That means just use single quote to isolate test data and this file name. So basically what I am doing, in the current working directory, it will look for test data subfolder, and then within that folder it will look for this file. Let me run this program and see what happens. So you can see file is being uploaded, and as Playwright shown in the example that instead of resolve we can use join method as well, which is also doing the same thing. Let me quickly run and show you. So you can see file is being uploaded. Now let's try to upload the directory itself. Let's inspect the another link which has label but has a control input, and we have ID as well. So await page.locator, and then you can pass the ID value with hash, and method name is setInputFiles, and the directory name is test data. So as I have shown you that in my test data directory I have two files. So let's run and see if it uploads both the files from the directory, which you can see it's happening. So this is a very simple method. You just need to make sure that you're calling this method for the input type equal to file. So that's all in this video. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.